So we're going to have a look at a number question from the 2018 Junior Cert Higher Level Paper 1. So it's question 7, and really it's a question about multiples. We're told that Eunice has an unlimited supply of €5 notes and €2 coins. Fill the table to show 3 different ways in which he can use these to make exactly €27. And one way is already done for us. So the way that's already done for us is that Eunice has one €5 note, which is obviously €5, and then he has 11 €2 coins, and 11 twos is €22, and €5 plus €22 adds up to €27. The second way we could do this is we could have 3 €5 notes, so 3 €5 notes would add up to €15. Out of the 27 there would be €12 left, and so we would need 6 €2 coins. 6 €2 coins is €12, and 15 and 12 is also 27. And just to check that, we have 3 by 5 plus 6 by 2 is obviously equal to 27. The final way we could do this is we could have 5 €5 notes, so that's going to be €25. And then if we have €25 out of the 27, well then we only need one €2 coin, so one €2 coin is obviously just €2, and €25 plus €2 is 27, and again just to check that, 5 by 5 plus 1 by 2 is equal to 27. What you'll notice is the key in this question is that the number of €5 notes needed to make €27, we have to have an odd number of €5 notes. If we have an even number of €5 notes, well then the multiple of 5 will end in a 0 and we won't be able to make it 27. So for example, had we said we had 2 €5 notes, well 2 €5 notes would be €10, and we would need an additional €17 to make the 27. But there's no way we could have made the €17 out of €2 coins. 17 is not a multiple of 2. So this idea of an odd number of €5 notes is going to be important in the next part of the question. So the B part of the question asks us to explain how he could use his supply of €5 notes and €2 coins to make every whole number value of money greater than €3. So what they're asking us to do is to come up with a system here rather than actually showing the answer for every possible value of n, where n is obviously a natural number. So what we're going to do is our system is going to break down into creating the odd numbers and the even numbers. So if we create a system that has all the odd number value of money and all of the even number value of money, well that's obviously created a system for all natural numbers. So first, having a look at the odd numbers, how could we create odd number values of money greater than €3? Well, the first method is that any odd multiple of 5, we can just use €5 notes. So for example, if we wanted to make €15, well that would just be 3 times €5. If we wanted to make, let's say, €45, that would be 9 times €5. So any odd multiple of 5, we're just going to use €5 notes. Now, even multiples of 5, we could also make these obviously with the €5, but we're going to keep those for the system that's going to take care of the even numbers. So for all of the other odd numbers greater than €3, we can use an odd number of €5 notes and make up the rest with €2 coins. Now we'll see in a minute why it has to be an odd number of €5 notes. But for example, let's take an odd number that isn't a multiple of 5. So for example, €19. We could make that up with 3 €5 notes, which is €15. And then for the remaining €4, we'd have 2 €2 coins. And 15 and 4 is equal to 19. To give an example of why this has to be an odd number of €5 notes, we saw in the previous example that if we used an even number of €5 notes, so for example, if we wanted to create the number 33, and we said that 33 was equal to 6 times €5, so using an even number of €5, that would be €30, and that would leave us €3 to make up of €2 coins, and we can't make up an odd number with €2 coins, and that's why we have to have an odd number of €5 notes to create all of these other odd numbers. So how would we do €33? Well, what we would do is we would use 5 €5 notes. 5 €5 is 25, and then there's €8 remaining, which we would make up with 4 €2 coins. And of course 8 and 25 is €33. So that takes care of all the odd numbers greater than 3. For odd multiples of 5, we're using €5 notes, and then for all other odd numbers, we're going to use a combination of odd number of €5 notes, and we're going to make up the rest with €2 coins. Even numbers are very easy to make up. So any even number can be made up of €2 coins. So for example, if we tried to make up €50, that would be 25 €2 coins. Another example would be €18. We can make up €18 with 9 €2 coins, and so on. So every possible even number can be made with €2 coins. Now, some of the even numbers, for example the 50, could also be made up with the €5 notes, but in our system we're sticking with odd numbers are going to be created with €5 notes and combinations of €5 notes and €2 coins, and then even numbers are going to be made up of €2 coins. Now, just to emphasize why the numbers had to be greater than 3, well, obviously 3 cannot be made up of €5 notes, and likewise 3 isn't a multiple of 2, and so it couldn't have been made up with €2 coins. And that's why this condition, money greater than 3 and n, the natural numbers greater than 3, we can't make up the number 3.